he's really leaving us.
Light you on fire.
David. Yes.
Good. Hey! I always have to do a big one. Hey everybody, welcome to the Tide Pool. I'm David, that's Paige, that's Roman.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm jazzed because we're going to react to the final 2 Wings movies.
This is it?
Yep.
These are the last 2.
Last 2.
Yeah, the BTS movies.
Wow.
From the Wings series. We have, but we're just starting to scratch the surface.
That is true. It's almost like the short films are the first chapter of BTS.
They're a key that
BTS,
unlocks a
yeah.
door, and you open out that door, and there's like many smaller doors.
And mirrors and
Yeah.
things on fire and
And tattoos.
You don't even begin to, yes.
Sorry.
No, I was going to extend the metaphor. I have nothing. I'm excited is what I'm going for.
Let's watch. We got 2 to get through. We're going to do 2 because we did 2 last time.
Mama and Awake.
Hell yeah.
And people
Mama
already
is such like a heavy title.
And people warned us that people were saying in our last one, like, oh, if you thought those were intense, wait till you get to
The
Mama.
title
I've
of
heard that as
Mama
well.
is
Yeah, I
just
read
a
that as well.
heavy title.
Do we
Let's-
have, we've got our English
English
subtitles.
subs!
Thank you, guys. I'm so excited.
Ready?
I can't wait to get it. Oh, yeah.
Let's do it.
I'm not ready, but I'm ready. You know?
He's ready.
He's ready, guys. Let's do
Let's
it.
try it.
Let's try it.
Let's get it. Let's dip our toes. Why do I keep saying dip our toes?
Let's dip our toes
Let's
into
dip our
this
toes,
BTS
because you dip your
deliciousness.
toes into a tide pool.
That's correct.
All right.
I'm getting so used to this.
I know, you can hear it.
I even love that. I love Big Hit's intro.
It could be the tide pool.
With a face that resembled her son's, timeless, ageless, and full of inner strength, the beautiful woman smiled with dignity. Her gaze was fulfillment, her greeting a homecoming. Silently, I stretched my hands out to her.
Okay. Are we back here?
Like another hospital-esque.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wow. Whoa. Oh.
Yeah.
Whatever beat this is dope right now.
Their beats come from their other songs that these tie into, we've been told.
Yeah, we have been doing that.
And they're always dope.
Again, happy sound with disturbing imagery.
Yeah, that's right. They always do that. Wow. I feel like we saw that before.
Picture looks very familiar.
It's like the packing crate the other guy was in,
Container.
and it's like the tattoo of the trees. Because the sky's blue, because the sun is shining.
Is that a Snickers bar?
Yeah.
What is that? What is that?
That was the signature on the.
That's beautiful.
I love how these are
I know.
melding with
Yeah.
the earlier ones to make a new one. That was the signature on the portrait of the mother and child.
It was. That was
Yeah.
a good catch. I didn't
Yeah,
notice
I didn't
that at
notice
all.
that either.
Yeah. The mama, presumably, in the question.
Honestly, I couldn't tell if that ended happy or sad.
That one,
I got
happy is what I felt like.
Oh, I
when
got
that was-
sad.
I
You
got
got
sad
sad?
as well. But,
Yeah. I got like
Melancholy, maybe.
that he's smiling because he sees a false reality. Like we're not supposed to believe that he's seeing the reality. That's what I got from his smile, because he smiled like, oh, I'm seeing this thing, but it's not actually the thing that's there. He's still locked in that room.
Oh wow, you think so? No, I took it as I took it as similar, that he sees the false reality, but that he sees through it, and that he's liberated from the room, and that he took, I don't know why it was a Snickers bar, but he takes it out of his pocket, and not the pills all fall out. He's not taking another pill. He's like,
It's just I would
taking
think that
something
if the
sweet.
smile seemed like a real happy smile, and I got that feeling, but it gave me like a kind of like an off feeling, and the whole thing did.
But it seemed very much, the whole thing had a weird
I
off feeling.
definitely felt off. Yeah.
It was a real synergy of a
Wait,
lot
what
of
do you
the
wanna say?
other. Oh, sorry.
Oh, don't worry about it.
I'm
You,
sorry,
you're
Paige.
on a roll.
They light my brain on fire.
Honestly, like I could listen to you talk about BTS just as much as these folks can.
So I feel like I saw a lot of imagery there that was similar to some of the other. We had some bird sounds. We had like packing crate. I remember the guy was
The
in
container.
The
when He was
container.
giving himself a tattoo.
Right, but which at first looked like it was, yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had at first, it looked like he was in the hospital room, like in the second short, like this, or the white antiseptic room.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he took the pill, it got all like crazy and like, what was it? When the guy from the short film was like doing graffiti and stuff like that in the streets, it was like kind of melded with that.
It did, yeah.
It was like it was quickly taking us through all the previous beats, which makes me feel like they were getting us ready for. Makes me feel like that's like the penultimate movie that we got to watch there,
Yeah,
where they're
before we
like,
go to the next one.
yeah, they're kind of like, it might even be like that was the conclusion, and this next one might just be the like epilogue wrap
Yeah.
up, which is why I think it was him somehow being like, no, I don't know. 'Cause
Well,
what do you think?
Why I think that if you're saying that it was the happy, then it's the pill that liberated him, because he takes the pill, and then he's
Yeah.
all of a sudden like, oh, in this crazy world, and he wakes up and he's in like kind of like an alternate reality in a sense.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So is it the pill that liberated him?
Or is he just crazy and he's like still in the
It's
room?
definitely not just crazy, because they wouldn't just do that. That seems too cheap, you know.
But yeah,
Yeah,
not
I agree.
not crazy, but misled by the pill or whatever, right? Like,
Yeah, because everything is kind of misconstrued in the whole thing. Like, all of those pills on the floor, him taking one, like a specific one. Even
Yeah.
just seeing the painting and seeing something else within the painting, like, it's all
Well,
tied together.
the pills immediately threw me off because I was like, I thought what they're going for was like, oh, here's modern culture mindlessly medicating anything that seems to be out of normal.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the artist.
Yes, exactly. And like the shoots it open and they're just like, pills, take
Yeah.
all, we'll just flood you with pills. But then he takes one and the result is him going on to like the most artistic,
art.
creative.
But he
Yeah.
wasn't
place.
happy about it. This is the thing, is like
That
he
is,
goes on that
he
journey
wasn't.
and he's kind of like,
And it's
It's
like
like
touching up
touching
his
it and-
fingers.
It's almost like the pill showed him that the art was like too bad or like dangerous, or like it was almost
Yeah.
like took him too far into it. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
That's same-
Because he was all
gosh.
like, oh, he's like he couldn't hold it and he couldn't like handle it, and
Yeah.
then sorry, what are you gonna say?
It was that same beat, that sick beat, that music from when he was trying to get into the call
phone
box.
booth?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the phone booth when he was like, when it was chained up and he was like that was also a moment where it was like, this is so happy and upbeat. It's like, no, whatever's going on is
It's monstrous.
chaotic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, we can analyze this for days.
Let's go.
Yeah.
watch the next one.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Get
let's
into
do it. Let's
and
do it.
I'm
Let's do
so
it.
curious that they've left the fourth
can just
dot the
leave it.
entire time.
Oh, yeah.
Just leave it, yo.
Yeah. I
Here
think
we
it's
go.
so cool that they've left that fourth dot untouched the entire time. So we're going to see what they put into that. And what did that have to do with Boston? What did that have to do with motherhood? What was
The
it?
bird fights its way out of the egg. The egg is the world. Who would be born must first destroy a world.
Whoa.
Bird flies to God. That God's name is Abraxas.
Abraxas? It's a demon. So that's from that novel, Damien. laughed a lot, but they were all beautiful.
믿는 게 아니야 버텨보는 거야 할 수 있는 게 다 이것뿐이라서 머물고 싶어 더 꿈꾸고 싶어 그래도 말야 떠날 때가 됐는걸
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my truth. It's my truth. 온통 상처 투성이겠지. But it's my path. It's my path. 그래도 발버둥 치고 싶어. Maybe I can never fly. 저기 저 꽃잎들처럼 내게 난 것처럼 안 돼. Maybe I can touch the sky. 그래도 손 뻗고 싶어 달려보고 싶어 조금 더.
It's really,
The 6 previous films.
yeah.
It's like actually
In like a different order though.
photos developing.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Yeah. That's the strings. I love the classical elements to that. The strings, the orchestration.
It just gave that a texture.
It's like they made it look like it was round. I think almost like it was like a three-dimensional shape.
What? I don't know where that texture came
No.
from. Okay, so I don't know if it's just that I know it's the 7th one, so I'm feeling like they're gonna give me this like ultimate meaning from the 7th one. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
the feeling that I got from that one was like, from all of these, there's like this struggle. There's like this thing we're going through. It's like trying to break loose. You're caged in. You're trapped. I'm in a
Yeah.
I'm in a glass box. I'm in a phone booth. I'm in a
Yeah.
wherever. Right? You're
Yeah.
trapped. You're caged.
Trapped.
Yeah.
And this one gave me that feeling, especially reading the lyrics
Gosh.
of like, I know that this is the world that I was a part of, the world that I was with you, and maybe you're talking to my family, maybe the friends or whoever it was, but it's like,
Yeah.
I'm meant for like bigger things, and
I've gotta try.
and it's like my fate, you know, and he like kind of just like
Yeah.
walks away, and the sound of the music, and I was like, damn, like that gave me this feeling, like all of them are like, there's all these like bonds of society, there's all these bonds of these things, but you know what, like it's time for us to like go and do better things, and that's such like a powerful
Powerful,
feeling,
right?
especially for any artist or anyone that wants to create or do
Absolutely.
something different than other people are doing,
And
and
look
that's all.
down
That's
on
what
it.
really, really got that feeling.
It's
for
an
me,
intense. I totally agree with you. It's an intense message, and what they were saying at the beginning too about what was the line about how to the chick inside of an egg, that is its world.
Yeah.
But to grow and to move on to something else and to perhaps fly, you have to destroy it. And so your first act of coming into like being your full self, your real self, is going to involve
Destroying your world.
you're going to necessarily going to have to just tear down, no matter how good or comfortable it is.
And the idea of taking a photo of each
Interesting.
moment is still capturing it and showing that it has molded them, you know? Like, that's how I feel about it when I see, like, you know, like the story with the sister, the story, like,
Yeah.
with the mother. You've got all of these opportunities, like, these moments of, like, almost dying. Like, they've encapsulated in a way where it's like, this makes us who we are as artists, but we do need to break through and keep continuing. Like, and at the end when it was coming in on the photos, did you guys see that all the furniture was chained up?
No.
Yeah, like there was like an armoire that was like, it had chains all over it.
That's interesting.
There's so many things you can't. It's like so difficult to catch each.
Like someone,
thing.
like they had moved out, kind of, like
Yeah.
they're done here, kind of.
Oh,
or like
interesting.
Or like
or
they were
closed
leaving
off
their
that
trapped
part.
area. Yeah.
It's such a mature, sort of deep message. I feel like that they're trying to convey. I mean, that's heavy stuff, and like I'm so impressed by their output.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the artistry and the music and the scene setting and the acting and all that is phenomenal, I think. But
And I like that they're just not saying it in some heavy-handed way. Like, we
Yes.
gotta break
Yeah.
out. They're like, let's make it an art piece because
it's
you know,
real art.
You
Yeah,
know
I
that,
agree.
like, I think like that's how we as humans function a little better. We don't want things like spoon-fed to us. It's
Mhm.
something is much more powerful delivered to us in a metaphor. You know what I mean? Like, metaphor
Mm-hmm.
is like the ice cream. You know what I mean? The message is the pill, and it's like,
Beautiful.
there we go.
Another a great metaphor right there.
Yeah, and so we need it that way. So because if we see it coming, we're like, don't give me that. But if we don't see it and we take it in on like a subversive level almost,
Yeah.
we're like, ooh,
I think-
it affects us and it changes us.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
That
having
emotional
to-
connect.
Yes, exactly. And I
Mm-hmm.
think having to work for it and apply some active thinking, you know, and really you think about it and you turn it over and you're critical about it. And then I think when you turn it over and you are critical about the art, it also gives you a chance to be like, you know what? I don't think they're right, and you can reject it. But if you do agree with it, you're like, this is good. They're absolutely right, because you get there, you kind of have to follow their path to get there
Yeah.
yourself.
You do have a
To
choice.
bring you into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think just like all of us, you know, would consider ourselves artists in some fashion or another, and I
Absolutely.
feel like that's why maybe this one or the
Mhm.
series resonates so well. But even this one, kind of tying it together for me, makes me appreciate all the other ones even more.
Oh,
Does that make
so
sense?
much. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I
Totally.
love that they didn't tie it together with like a beautiful little bow. Like it wasn't easy to figure all that out. You know what I mean?
No, I
Like
don't think I still have it figured out.
eh,
No,
absolutely
of course not,
not.
yeah.
But like I'm really happy, and I didn't expect them to. But I'm happy that it wasn't like, here's what this one was.
I
Here's
got it.
what this one was, and
Yeah,
all of
oh,
it
yeah.
ties back into this. This is who we are. Take a bow. Like
Subtle.
no, you really have to be listening, and there are 6,000 different ways to view this. You know, like there's so many opinions. They're probably gonna show up in
the
our comments. Yeah,
that's
like
something I was reading comments from our previous videos where
Uh-huh.
people were saying the dialogue was continuing even in our comments, even as recently as today, where people are saying, look, I interpret it this way, and people are kind of saying like, it is art, and the way that you interpret it is as valid as the way someone else interprets it, because they
Absolutely.
made it that way, not
Yeah.
to be like cut and dried, and this is what you're meant
Mm-hmm.
to feel or think by looking at this.
Yeah.
you're saying BTS made it that way, correct?
BTS made it that
Yes.
way.
So, what do you guys think?
I wanna
What
know.
do you guys think this is about? We obviously
Yeah.
told you what we thought it was
Mm-hmm.
about, and I think, you know, I'm really it's so fun that we kind of like finished these videos because it was kind of like a little journey for
A
us.
real journey.
But what else should we watch? I'm interested. What other BTS should we watch? And then, you guys are clearly fans of K-pop, so what
Oh,
other
God,
K-pop
yeah.
should we watch? You know what I mean? Like I'm
Please.
very curious to get on other journeys as well.
Absolutely.
So, let us know.
Yeah, definitely. Please,
Mm-hmm.
so much. I've really enjoyed learning about all this in these, and I want to go
In
back.
fact, you guys.
All of it.
You know, I've been doing this for a while with you guys, and I think it's just sometimes
You got to shatter our egg.
stuck in a place. So I just
You got to spread your wings even if you may not fly.
He can't say the words, you know, like if he says the words, he's off.
Paige, I think he's really leaving us.
light you on fire.
David, I must soar away like the eagle.
I don't know what that meant, but that was good. That was art.